Okay then guys, I just thought I'd run you through the exam paper, the C1 June 2011 exam paper by way of introduction for the AQA examination board before we go through the questions one by one. So here's the paper. You need to fill in the information on the cover page, of course. You've got 1 hour 30, so it's 90 minutes. It says about using a black ink or black ballpoint pen. You can use pencils for drawing if needed though, of course. Answer all questions and then put the answers in the spaces provided. So basically general things, general instructions. Put all your work in this book. If you want to cross out anything, then do so if you don't want it to be marked. 75 marks in total, and you can quote formula. There's not from the formula booklet without needing to prove it. The line AB, question 1 then, straight line, gradient, easy. C has a coordinate, so let's have a look at, flick it over a bit. Parallel to C, parallel, passes through C parallel to AB, so that's easy once you know this equation's gradient. This is a midpoint of AC, find the coordinates of A, so you know C. Again, this is very straightforward, isn't it? So unremarkable question there, well worth just running through and doing, even if it's slightly tedious in a way. Question 2 is surds, that's quite nice there. Good marks here for this part here and here. So fairly simple, and this is a gentle introduction to the question, isn't it? So that's a nice question to think about doing maybe at the outset, getting some good marks in very short span of time. Question 3, in this paper is on volumes and the rates of change, so dV/dt. The rate of change of volume is dV/dt, of course, because t is the time, so that would be the rate of change of volume. So it's just a matter of putting t equals 1 into dV/dt. And then if it's positive or negative, that will determine whether it's increasing or decreasing the volume as such. Find the positive value of t, for which v has a stationary value. So it's just second derivatives and such like things there. So standard stuff, and a fairly straightforward and easy question. Polynomial, completing a square here rather. Simple. And then you've got this quadratic, vertex, that's easily obtainable once you've written it in this form. Symmetrical line of symmetry, again fairly straightforward once we look at this. Sketching the curve, and the geometrical transformation of moving this curve onto this which we have in this form. So again, fairly straightforward. Question 4. So let's move down then. Plenty of room to put our workings as usual. Now 5, polynomial. Remainder and factor theorems. Nice question this. Very easy to do. 2 marks for each of those, using the remainder and factor theorems. And then we do the division, don't we? Show that this divides into the cubic this many times and find b and c. And then we need to show this doesn't have any roots, so there's only one real root. So that's good. Nice question there. So let's move on to the question 6. We're getting towards the latter part of the paper now. Here's a curve, cubic. We've got a line, straight line drawn, which will form a triangle when we drop vertical. And then we can see all the information described there. Find the definite integral in the shaded region. Again, no surprises there really. Nice easy question to do. So we're just having a quick look through. This is inequalities. Just put everything out, expand the brackets, move everything onto one side, and it should, or the x's on one side, numbers on the other. We should be able to solve that. Here we'll move the 12 over, and then we could think about factorising this quadratic, couldn't we? And see if it solves. So 7's nice, inequalities there. So question 8, which I think is the last question in this paper. Circle, radius, standard equation here. Find where it crosses the axes, no problem at all. Tangent to the circle, so then the line from the centre will be perpendicular to this tangent. And then we need to find out the equation of that line from C to A. We know it goes through the centre, and we know it's perpendicular to this. So that's easy to do. This line intersects the circle, so we need to show that it satisfies this. So a line and a circle intersect, and it will cross at 2 points. And these are of this form here, is what the question is really trying to lead us into. So that's that question there then. And that's probably, I think, the end of the paper. So there's 8 questions, as I say, in this paper as such. And so all the best in this paper. In this section we go through it in the following question by question. The only thing I'd like to say at the conclusion here is that there's 90 minutes in the paper, so if you finish early, double check the questions, tick them off as you go, and double tick them when you double check them, and if you get time, then triple check them with a third tick for as many questions as you can, and thereby eke out every possible mark you can from this examination paper, and obtain as good as mark as you possibly can, of course. So all the best in any C1 exam you're taking, guys, and I look forward to catching you in another worksheet. Cheers!